episode of Success with Bob Mwiti Show, I'm going to talk about the 10 steps of the process of studying here in the US. Okay, now I know there's a lot of people out there, they don't really know exactly what it takes to relocate to the US as an international student. And that's why I'm having this topic today. Okay, now the first step of relocating to the US as an international student is for you to decide that you really want to come and study here. Whether you want to come for your undergraduate, whether you want to come for your master's, or whether you want to come for your PhD. Okay, now the second step is to figure out which schools and which program fit your needs. Okay, so you have to go to the internet, find the most affordable schools which you can be able to afford, okay, and then also find out if they have the best program for you depending on your needs. Okay, now the third step is to prepare for any entrance exams. Okay, most schools out there, they'll tell you, depending on the program that you want to study, whether there's any entrance exams that are needed for that program. Okay, let's say for example, if you're coming for a master's program, you'll either be required to do a GMAT exam or GRE exam, and also the school may require you to sit for an English exam called TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language. Okay, if you're coming for your undergraduate, you may have to do an exam called SAT or ACT, and still also you may be required to sit for TOEFL exam. Okay, so depending with what the program or what the school is requiring you to do, then you sit for that exam. Okay, so that's the third step. Okay, now the fourth step is to sit for your entrance exam. Okay, now once you've known this program requires me to sit for this exam, because you don't want to sit for an entrance exam that the school doesn't require. Okay, or you sit for one entrance exam and then the school requires another one. Okay, so you get to know which one is required by the school, and then now you study for it, and then the next step is to sit for that exam. The fifth step is to apply to the program. Okay, now once you've sat for your exam, for your entrance exam, and then you've received your scores, then now you take the next step of applying to the program that you want to study. Okay, you can't apply to the program when you don't have the scores, because the scores are really part of the application. Okay, so once you get the scores, then you put everything together, all your application documents, and then submit your application to the school or the program. Okay, so that's the fifth step. All right, now step number 6, once you apply to the school will accept you. And now once the school accepts you, you need now to start preparing for your financial document. Okay, who is sponsoring you? Try to gather all those documents to support your case. Okay, that's step number 6. Okay, gather your financial documents, supporting paperwork in terms of your financial ability to study in the US. Okay, now the 7th step is to request your I-20, okay, and submit your financial paperwork. Okay, you have to request the I-20 because that's the document that you take to the embassy for you to seek the visa. Okay, and for you to get the I-20, you need to submit the financial document to show that you are able to support yourself here in the US as an international student. Okay, now step number 8 is to apply for the visa interview. Okay, once you get now your I-20, all right, the next step will be to go to the embassy. Okay, but you can't go to the embassy if you don't have the visa appointment. So once you get your I-20, you use that because you're gonna get something called the service number. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in my other episodes of Success with Bob Mwiti Show, and you use that now to apply for your student visa. Okay, you schedule the appointment. Step number 9 is to attend the visa. Now, once you've scheduled your appointment for the visa, then you must attend the visa interview. Okay, and in other episodes of Success with Bob Mwiti Show, I've talked about what you need to do on that day of the visa. Okay, the do's and the don'ts in a student visa interview. Okay, so you attend the student visa interview. That's step number 9. All right, and finally, once you've been approved for a student visa, then you are supposed now to start the preparations to relocate to the US. Okay, that's usually quite a process. You're gonna have to do you're gonna have to look for air tickets, you're gonna have to do some immunizations. Okay, you're gonna need to find accommodation here in the US, and you're gonna need to make arrangements for transport once you get here to take you to your school. Okay, so that's really the process of relocating to the US as an international student from the beginning all the way to the end. All right. You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti show, presented to you by Appstech America. Appstech America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.appstechamerica.com. Appstech America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you. Now, on to the question of the day. I had someone ask me, hey Bob, can I change my status from F1 visa to employment-based green card without necessarily having to seek H1B visa? Now, I've said this before, that the F1 visa has a clear path to citizenship. Okay, and by that I mean that you can be able to transition from a student to a skilled worker, and then after that to a permanent resident, and that's the route that I took. Okay, so it's possible also for you to transition from a student. Let's say for example you have the skills. Let's say for example maybe you used to work in your country. Okay, you have some experience and you come here as a student, right? You used to work before, maybe you have 5-10 years of experience, and then you come here for your master. You see, you still have the experience. Okay, now once you graduate, you don't really have to move from F1 visa, okay, the student visa, then to H1B visa, because I've talked about what H1B visa is. It's a temporary work visa for skilled people, okay, which you are given for 3 years and then a further 3 years. Okay, and then within that period, you can also now start your application for your green card, for employment-based green card. Okay, but you don't really have to, if you have all the skills that are needed, you don't have to get the H1B visa. So you can basically ask your employer, if you find a company that is willing to hire you, they can file the employment-based green card for you directly without you having to get the H1B visa first, because you already have the skills. Okay, because what is really needed when a company is filing for your for your employment-based green card is for them to show that you have the skills that Americans don't have. Okay, and you don't have to be in H1B visa first before you get the employment-based green card. Okay, so to answer your question, yes, it's possible. You can transition from F1 directly to employment-based green card. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. You've been watching Success with Bob Mwiti show, brought to you by Appstech America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.